I don't know. I felt kind of weird today. I felt like I need to do, of course, a twin flame reading, but maybe answer some of your questions as well. A lot of important stuff happening in the twin flame world. It's not just a fad, cool word, cool relationship. Everyone has one. It's none of that. Hi, Eat Me. Hi, everybody. So yeah, if you guys want me to answer some questions about twin flames, if you'd like to hear anything from me, please feel free to ask during the video or after. I'm sure it's valuable to a lot of people, and I'm happy to answer anything. So bottom of the deck, overall underall energy between you guys is the Magician. You're both trying to make miracles happen. You're both trying to create your own world. You're trying very, very hard to be on the right path and to do what you were created to do. It's been a hard journey. There's a lot of people that are not going to agree with your beliefs. But with the Magician, it's about independence and striking out on his own. It's time to be alone. It's a time for independence and magic making. It's a time to believe in yourself, your dreams, your wants, and your wishes. And it's appropriate. I look at this card and I like to think of that one movie with the circus. I can't think of the name of it right now. It has Hugh Jackman. For whatever reason, it's escaped me. I don't know. But he wanted to do something very special with his life, and he wanted to be rich. And he wanted to take care of his beautiful wife that he was in love with and his family. And he just came from nothing. And it really seemed impossible. And he just kept believing. And in wild dreams, he did not follow the traditional path. He didn't believe that college was going to make him rich, that opening up a proper business was going to make him rich. Because for him, it wasn't just about money, the dream. It was about happiness. Money was just part of it. He wanted to stay madly in love. He wanted his daughters to follow their dreams. He wanted to give his wife a beautiful life of ease and happiness. So that dream was not just being rich, it was about having a rich life. Rich in happiness, rich in love, rich in memories, rich in health, and rich and deep into his passions, whatever those may be. So I believe that you guys are in the same kind of moment. This is your moment. You know, there's a beginning and an end of life, right? But then there's the middle. There's the sweet part. And you're in the midst of creating your life. And this is the good stuff. Now the Magician is a beginning. It's a brand new, fresh start. And it's full of options and choices. The universe lays right before you, right before your feet. saying you could do this or you could do that. You have your pick here. What do you want to do first? So this is where the magician takes action towards his dreams. This is that moment in the movie, and I wish I could remember the name of it, guys, but you know it's the circus movie. I don't know if it has What Dreams May Come, the music, I don't know, but you guys know what I'm talking about, I think, with Hugh Jackman. Anyways, this is the moment where he buys that circus, and it was full of wax figures and weird things and oddities, and it was a business that somebody, you know, was just going to sell to him for cheap, I guess, because they weren't doing much with it. And then he runs home and tells his wife, oh yes, The Greatest Showman. Thank you, markers. The Greatest Showman, guys. So he runs home and tells his wife, oh my gosh, you're not going to believe what I did, but I bought this place. Come and see it. And, you know, instead of her going, you're an insane person, get your money back, she tries to believe in his dream. And that's what twin flames try to do. They try to believe in the other person's dreams, even if they are a little bit outlandish, a little crazy, on the wacky side. Try to believe in them. Try to support. And so, but this is still an independent moment on the twin flame journey where it's like, I'm going out on a limb, I'm buying this crazy thing, or I'm doing this crazy thing. I don't know what's going to happen, but I have faith and I believe that something great is going to come from it. Okay? So that's the moment you guys are in. That's it. You and your person, independently, doing something that you believe in, but a lot of others don't. But you know what? You got this crazy hunch, this crazy feeling that it's going to be great. All right, so let's see. And don't forget, if you guys have any questions throughout the video about twin flames, you know, if I can read it, if it's legible, I will answer it. Lately, my messages are overlapping like by quadruple. So for whatever reason, the words don't come out right on the screen. And it just happened randomly one day in the middle of a video. The words were all fine for like an hour. And then all of a sudden they got messed up out of nowhere. And they've been that way for about a week. So I don't know what happened, but that's kind of what's going on. If you want to see what I'm talking about, you can go to my page and check my community post. All right, let's get in. So what does Spirit see happening for you guys as twin flames? Spirit sees the Four of Pentacles. And by Spirit, by Source, I mean the Creator. The big one. Divine Mother, if you will. Divine Father. The Divine Spirit in the universe. That energy is seeing and feeling, and their perspective is you guys both are becoming settled, grounded. You're in the mode of gathering enough money, gathering enough strength, becoming strong in who you are. There's definitely some worries. Do I have enough? Am I gonna have enough? But Spirit says the answer to that is yes. There's a certainty that you're gonna be good. And I did read a question there for the twin flames. Is there a reason for twin flames and significant age gaps? I don't, and these are my personal beliefs, guys. I was drawn onto this journey to help be a guide and to somewhat be a light in the dark. And just so you know where I'm coming from with this, even today and years ago when I started this channel, there is a lot of darkness, about this twin flame journey. There really is. It's gotten to be some type of flavor of Kool-Aid out there. And this world is twisting and turning this journey around in very significant ways, as well as spirituality, which I guess is another video, another day. But spirituality is being joked around with as well. Magic. The gift. So, besides all of that, okay, I'm here, and so my opinions on this is my intuitive guidance and what I feel very strongly resonates with the truth. The best way I think you guys can ever find out the truth is to follow your instincts, of course. But when you do decide to follow a teacher, and I think every teacher or guide or mentor or reader, if they're on a public stand, I think they should be bold enough to put their credentials out there and say, this is what I'm made of, because it gives you all a chance to do your own research at what makes a person a type of way based on astrology. To base your own opinion on how you feel about them, what does your intuition say about this person, what is in their charts, what type of system do they follow, why, and what is their purpose, and what are they doing here. So before you ever ask a guide or a teacher or anyone publicly on a public platform any information about a specific belief, I want you to search your heart and do the best research you can to kind of make the best decisions you can about whom you decide to follow. Anyways, I've told you guys my credentials, but just to put it out there, it's a Pisces moon, 12th house, Sagittarius rising, first house ascendant, okay, and a sun Gemini. In Vedic sidereal is what I follow. So just want to put my credentials out there. As far as the most important houses to even have a teaching ability, it would definitely be the 1st or the 9th. And I have Saggy in the 1st, and in my 9th, where Saggy should be, I have a Leo there, but I have my Venus. So I do find beauty. I find beauty in teaching. Okay? So anyways, my answer to that, is there a significant reason for age gaps in twin flames? No, actually, I do find astrologically a reason for there to be age gaps within certain combinations of couples. And the most common combinations I find is a Capricorn or an Aquarius. And they tend to have relationships with pretty large age gaps. And I find that because obviously Saturn rules them, and Saturn is old and of age. So I believe that those people tend to have some pretty big age gaps, either because they're highly attracted to someone much older, or they are much older and are highly attracted to someone much younger. But that tends to be a signal for age gaps. Sun, moon, or rising, a lot of the time in relationships, it's a Venus. And of course, you want to check your Vedic. And if it's not someone born under those zodiac signs, perhaps it's in the 7th house, and possibly even the 8th for that. So I don't particularly think it's a twin flame thing. I think it's a zodiac thing, because I've known some twin flames that do have a weird age gap, but I've known a lot of twin flames that don't. So I don't think it is a significator of being a twin flame. And just real quick while we're on the subject of that for a second. And I'm not trying to be an ageist. I believe there's very, very, very intelligent, smart, young people. There's actually a very young astrologer that I follow, and he's about 12 years old. The little avatar, you know? He's young, but is very smart in astrology, so I am not an ageist. But there's something deep inside of me that says, if you are a teacher and a guide on YouTube or TikTok or their own website or platform for twin flames, and you're barely in your 20s, I don't think they're ready. I'm not saying they couldn't be a teacher, but I don't think they're ready. But I am not God. But I've seen a lot of people coaching or teaching at a very young age, and I find that, how do I say it in a nice way? I'm just going to say I find it contradictory because they have not experienced life yet. Not really. Many of the coaches and teachers I see that claim the twin flame popular word, they've never had a significant relationship at all. Not one. And secondly, that would be their first relationship. A lot of them believe this is the twin flame, this is it. And they're not, they wouldn't know any contrast. They wouldn't know any contrast. So I don't recommend that. I just don't think they're ready. Let's see if I can read a little bit of those comments. You believe age is a big sign for a twin flame. Well, then it would very much, for me to say something is a sign, it would have to go along with everybody. Every single twin flame would have to say, yes, big age gaps are a significator in my relationship for it to become general, common, kind of like a rule, quote unquote, or a sign for a twin flame. I don't think that's as important as meeting someone that sparks the divinity in you. And I just want to add one more thing. A twin flame is not, and this is what a lot of young people preach and teach, and a lot of books out there, a lot of people follow these things kind of a little bit blindly, but they believe that a twin flame is passionate and fiery and beautiful and the most intense, beautiful love connection of your life, and that you are meant and destined for a harmonious union with your twin flame. And I have to come out on a limb here and say this. That's completely made up. And that's just it. It's just made up. Now, they started off on the right foot, thinking about twin flames and knowing that it leads to spirituality. But they got off on the wrong foot again, because then they throw in a bunch of sprinkles of cupcakes and rainbows. And they go about the journey preaching and teaching that that is what the twin flame journey is ultimately made up of, is very beautiful, wonderful, harmonious union with the best kind of quote-unquote soulmate you could ever have. The same people that would say that would agree that everyone has a twin flame. Completely false. Completely wrong. And I say that with love. And actually, if you find your soulmate, you're very lucky. You don't need to have a twin flame journey. Very little people are actually on this journey. Very few. But everyone is on a soulmate journey. And everyone does have a soulmate. In fact, everyone has soul family. There's a lot of soul connections out there for people that connect you to past life connections, karmic connections, beautiful, intense chemistry and connections. Of course, having a twin flame signifies chemistry and such a bond and intense love. Oh, yeah, that's definitely part of it. But you know what? Soulmates have somewhat of that bond as well. I don't think it on the same level, but I do think it as an extreme level. So finding a soulmate is just an extreme level of pure awesomeness. So anyways, I don't want to go off on a tangent about that, but if you guys have any questions, please feel free. I'm happy to guide you with my heart if you feel led to me, if you feel open to me, if you feel like I'm here as a light in some way on your path to help you figure something out about the twin flames. I'm more than happy to answer a question in general about it. All right. So let's get into the card again here. You guys are in this beautiful magician moment. Spirit is like you guys are getting grounded. You guys are worried, both of you, but you're on solid ground. You have enough and things are going to be okay. There's a level of certainty that you're safe and secure. We're going to get to the heart of the matter now. This is going to be you, and this is going to be your twin flame over here. And we're going to get to the heart of what you guys are feeling about each other right now. So you're feeling 5 of Swords, which in my particular tarot deck that I've created is conflict. And I try to pick images of shows that everyone can relate to, although I know that some of you guys may not relate to the show. But if you're wondering what this image is, it is a vampire show called Vampire Diaries. I do suggest it at any age, however old you are. It's a beautiful series. Love, family, horror. It's pretty cool. But I love the family dynamic. And in this image, you have Marcel, who is kind of the son of this person here, an adopted son. And they're very close and they're estranged in this image. And then we have his brother behind him, which he has a lot of confrontation with much of the time, but he always has his back, you know? And then he has his sister who loves him and adores him, but just can't stand him sometimes and honestly doesn't understand him, so she thinks him as evil or controlling. So there's this family dynamic in this image, which is why I picked it. And it's like we all love each other in this family dynamic. We're all supposed to have each other's back. But there are times when you have to do something alone or for you, and even them, they're not going to understand, and there will be conflict. And this just means sometimes what once was friends, what once felt like family, what once felt like home, and what once felt like trust can have obviously led to betrayal, distrust, arguments, disagreements. I don't see it the same way you see it, and I don't agree with you, and I don't want to fight for what you're fighting for. And that's a lot about that show. So I think how you're coming in as a twin flame is you just don't agree with what your person is doing. You don't actually feel like you are in alignment with your twin flame right now. In fact, you feel very separated in some way. And there's tension in the air, and there's frustration, and there's mistrust, and there's just, I'm not with you on this. And I'm not okay right now with you. This isn't hate, but this is irritation. And this is also frustration. And I do think that you've been a little bit verbally aggressive, maybe even a little bit catty, or let's just go ahead and say maybe even just outspoken. That's kind of where you're at. And you're coming off very strong as a Gemini today in this reading. If it's resonating with you, I'm pulling in Gemini. And there could be some Taurus going on, but I'm really pulling and triggering that. Okay, let's see what's going on with your person, okay? Okay, so your person, in regards to you, is just not feeling the vibe. He's not willing to venture over to your side. He's not willing to go on the journey with you. He's feeling not very confident, and he's not feeling very flirtatious or sexual right now. He's feeling very, let's just say the light is not lit right now. And the desire, it's not here right now. I feel honestly that your person is lost. He is. He's lost. And I do feel he's trying to find his way. He really is. And he will find his way. But there is, I can't get vision. I can't get clarity right now. I don't know what I want. But I do know I'm not happy. So I do get the feeling that your person is not, I really just want to say numb and distracted and not all in. Hey, that's better. Your person is not all in. And to be honest, I think that's why we have some conflict on your end. Because you're saying, yep, that's it, Steph. Of course I'm having conflict with him. He's not all in. I'm here fighting for us. I would like to create some kind of a world for us, and he's not on board. Let's go ahead and ask Spirit what's going on here in your guys' current reality that's creating this feeling of conflict and unalignment. So we have 4 swords. This is taking a break. Yeah, we're resting. We're tired. This is praying to God and thanking him after a great war, a great battle, a great hardship. Okay? And this is just saying thank you that I'm alive. Thank you that I made it through that on the other end. Thank you for my mental stability after an emotional and mental war zone in this relationship. And I want you to notice something else Spirit's done here in this reading. 4, 4, encompassing the reading, which is a level of security, certainty. It's solid and it's strong and it's purposeful, and it has that emperorship lack of better words, certainty, just this emperorship certainty that everything will manifest, that everything this magician wants to create will be solidified. Let's get some messages from this twin flame who's a little bit lost and you're wanting to get some answers from. Holy Spirit, please use these cards to give me a message for the viewer about this person who is definitely disconnected in the connection for reasons of not being able to see the way, not taking any action towards my collective party, not taking action towards my viewer. Strongest card fell right up on my thumb, and it says, listen, I'm going through a spiritual transformation. And that really explains this. I'm lost. I don't know my direction. Because whenever you're going through this spiritual rebirth, right, we get lost. Lost in our feelings, lost in our thoughts, lost down a trail of breadcrumbs leading us to the spiritual door that we need to open. That's what's happening with your person. The next one is past life connection. Just reiterating that message, making it real solid for you, viewer, that this is a deeply divine connection, and it does stem from a past life that you've had together. This is followed by, I'm pretty scared. Too many changes, too fast. And you guys may be thinking, what? This isn't even fast enough. We haven't even begun to have a steady pace, let alone going too fast. You know, you're the magician, you're going all in, and they're not going at all. So I see the conflict. You are charging forward, full of hope and manifestation and vision. You have clarity, and your person is pulling back, not charging forward, not having a vision. Now, your twin flame does not want to run anymore. So there is an urge of wanting to be stable and certain and stop running away from the spiritual message of the rebirth. I want to get a true love oracle and see what that has in store for you and your person, your twin flame. Holy Spirit, please use my true love oracles to give me the best message about this person for my viewer. Please show me the twin flame and what's going on. I fell on the ground, so sorry. I didn't have my hand on it good enough, but it's still a message. I feel like when the energy pulls a card out, you can either catch it or it's going to fall. But either way, it's saying, hey, pick me. I'm the right card. I'm drawing attention to this card. Okay, so your person has going with the flow and true colors, one of my favorites. I love it. And it's fall right now, and all the leaves outside are just so pretty, just like that. All right, so your person is just being very open. You know, not shoving you aside, not running, just open. You know, this person is tired of running away from what's supposed to be and what's meant to be. Tired of running away from the calling and the path. Bottom of the deck is the talk. I do think you guys are about to have that conversation. And now that we've pulled out the rest of the other cards, you know, you guys know the Magician is Gemini and Virgo. We also have an Earth card here that I could easily say it's Virgo. Being overly worrisome. We also have a crab here, but we have a crab here as well, which is Cancerian. So a lot of emotions being brought up to the surface, a lot of feelings, a lot of dreams and thoughts, and a lot of tiredness. You know, the moon is very much, I'm sleepy. Kind of in a trance, in a haze. Do you guys feel like you guys are kind of in a haze with your twin flame right now? That it's very psychedelic, it's very, very weird right now, it's very chill. That's this external environmental card, the Four Swords. It's that kind of, I'm part in this world, but I'm part in dream world. I'm here and I'm awake, but I don't fully feel present. There's a part of me that is not here, that is in the spiritual realm. You know, kind of astral travel, kind of just separated, kind of taking a step back and doing a lot of observation. For a lot of you ladies, this could also be that time of the month with the moon and the crab. Could very well be for some of you guys, and you're feeling very tired, very thirsty, very other things. But in this relationship, I certainly wouldn't feel scared or offended at peace and quiet and rest, because that's what your body needs. Listen to your body. It only starts acting up when it starts screaming. Your body gives you signs all the time. But we push away those signs in the guise of, I'm courageous, I'm strong, I need to be busy, I can handle so much. But your body gives you signs all the time. What it needs: water, rest, food, vegging out, walking, jogging, romance, whatever. Your body gives you those signs. And it is up to you to listen. So I do think you're going to have a little chat with your person with the talk. So I do think you are going to be communicating, although you guys may not be super communicative right now. I do think you will be. Raquel, hi. I can't read your message right now. If you guys really want to reach me, give me like a huge paragraph. Repeat yourself 2 times in one chat, because then I think I can read the bottom. For some reason, it's just a little touchy if it's kind of a short message. I can't read it. I'm so sorry. But there are some things I wanted to touch for you, because I love you and I want to help you, and gosh knows what you're hearing. I don't know who you've met, and I don't know who you follow, or where you've been on this twin flame path, or where you're headed. I don't know. But there's a TV series, and I think it's called Twin Flame Desperately Seeking My Soulmate. And it's kind of a documentary, and I don't know if it's on Prime or Netflix, but they're interviewing this couple that used to have a very strong following on YouTube in 2017. And then they had a big one on Facebook, and they had a lot of expensive twin flame classes, and they spent a lot of time coaching and teaching people to coach. And I guess it would go into the thousands of dollars per coaching class, and they made a lot of money. Apparently they made millions and millions of dollars. And they were not even really twin flames, but they just kind of used that platform to get rich and take advantage of people in their weakest moments. I just want to advise you to be careful. Don't get caught up in stuff like that, and people that promise you a guaranteed bona fide union. That's a big red flag. No one can guarantee that. That is your soul's path, whether you achieve that or not, or whether you're destined for that or not. Secondly, they were, like I said, telling everyone had a twin flame. And then they believed in false twin flames, and it was kind of a deep, dark, twisted documentary. But they really led people astray. And I guess it turned into kind of a cult. And they tried to kind of be a matchmaking service, match people together, help people change their identities, change their name, change their sexual preference, just to matchmake them to say that they were successful in a twin flame union. Red flags, and I'm sure you guys already know all of that. I don't think you'd be following me if you would ever follow someone like that. But caution people, and especially young people, because I was looking at all their clients that were in the documentary, and 99% of their clientele was 25 years or younger. So they're kind of easily led astray onto that path. Very young, all of them, none of them had a really mature people. The oldest couples they had was mid to late 30s, and they were the only ones they couldn't control in this cult. And that's ultimately kind of what broke them. But they were close to almost controlling them as well. And so I really just warn you guys against things like that. I don't want to control you or tell you what to do. That is your journey. And if Spirit has led you to go down that path, then who am I to stop you? But there's a few things I wanted to touch on, and I took some notes, just a couple little notes that I wanted to just mention here, because I don't ever want to lead you guys astray on the twin flame journey. That couple, I think it was called the Twin Flame Universe, they would encourage people to stalk, to pursue even when unwanted, to blame themselves for every bad thing done to them. It was called the mirroring. Is some kind of mirror therapy. I want to advise you on all of that. That's just not it. And I really hope your intuition steers you other ways. But here's the notes. Number 1, if somebody is blocking you, don't pursue them. This is what that cult group would tell you, is to pursue them. They've blocked you, try harder. Send them flowers, chocolates, show up at their work, pursue them. Get a new number and call them from that number, or open up a different social media and contact them from there. I mean, that's very crazy. Never have I recommended any of you guys to do that. I don't steer you guys in the first place, but I'm certainly not preaching or teaching for any of my followers to, in any way, have I ever suggested to stalk the person that you love, or to continue to hurt yourself by pursuing someone that is clearly setting boundaries and blocking you, or kind of exiling you from their life. Never have I suggested for you to pursue that in any kind of a harsh way. I also do not recommend or suggest anyone to continue to be obsessed with someone that is only hurting you by choking you, hurting you by mentally and verbally abusing you, or sexually and emotionally manipulating you. Never do I condone any kind of stick-to-itiveness or obsession on that, okay? Also, the chaser-runner syndrome, yes, that is a thing in twin flames, and I've seen it firsthand and in all clients. There is usually a runner and a chaser, but it doesn't last eternally. It is not some eternal game that someone is always going to be the runner and someone is always going to be the chaser. It is a beautiful movement. They get you moving, you get them moving, and it takes turns. It is like a flame dances on a candle. It moves left and right, left and right. It is a beautiful energy, and it teaches you to get out of your stuckness and move a little, and then you go a different way. And then it teaches them to get out of their stuckness and move a little. It's very much a part of encouragement. And it's kind of putting the carrot in front of the horse to get someone moving, to get some action going, to get some prayer, some law of assumption, some magic flowing in those bones, some visualization, manifestation, some mantras, some beautiful action moving. So the runner-chaser dynamic is beautiful. It's not meant to be a sick game of cat and mouse, or to where someone is constantly running away from one partner and the other partner only ever chases them. That is not what it's supposed to be created to do. And that is just an opinion, of course, but that is what I feel very strongly in my being. Okay? It is not meant to be more than that. Also, for people that have experienced long-term failing, I'm talking about someone who has tried to make the relationship work for 10 years and they've blocked them, ignored them, married someone else, had another life the entire time. That is what I would call long-term failing, because they're barking up the wrong tree. That is where you do have to say, okay, I am not supposed to be pursuing this. There is a difference between a little push and pull, a little tease and play, a little run and chase, versus decades or many years of, I want nothing to do with you. Leave me alone. I've moved on. I hope you move on. Now, it's very unhealthy to continue to pursue that. Now, two things on that. One, of course, the best thing for you to do is shut that door. Let the universe have it. And love yourself again. And do some healing, of course, because you should never feel that lowly that you deserve to, pursue someone that is only slamming doors in your face. Definitely do some healing, and that was a sign. B, could that be your twin flame? Could someone who has shut the door on you for years still be your twin flame? Could that person who's moved on and been with another be your twin flame? The answer is yes. And I tell you this very truly. Your twin flame is not meant to be your savior. And they're not meant to be your Prince Charming. And they're not meant to be Romeo to Juliet, which, by the way, ended very miserably. Could be a twin flame story right there. But a lot of the time, your twin flame is to be here to awaken you. Think of the flame as turning the light on in the darkness in yourself. And not everyone has a twin flame, but a lot of people walk through life in a darkness, not knowing themselves, truly, just going along, going with the flow. Then they meet their twin flame, and then they're awakened. It's like somebody woke them from their slumber, and they start to experience new things, and they see the world through new eyes, and they have new desires, and there's doors opening on a spiritual path that they've never seen before. That's beautiful. And sometimes that is the only thing your twin flame is supposed to do for you, is to match you and turn that light on in your darkness, to guide you. So that is the other thing I wanted to answer, because I'm a very strong believer that not every twin flame story ends up in union. And that's just the truth. And I have to be honest. I'm not here to sell books. I'm not here to promise unions. I'm not here to sell memberships of coaching to promise you your unions. I'm here for free on YouTube to be your friend and to use my spiritual gifts to help you on a very, very, very hard and arduous spiritual mission and journey of your enlightenment. I'm just a stepping stone on your path. That's what I'm here for. And I'm very happy to be that stepping stone. Or I'm very happy to be a friend on the way, on this dark path. And maybe I'm just a little shack on the side of the trail with some food and some shelter and a little light for the night, for a moment in your journey. Maybe that's all I am, and I'm happy to be so. I don't intend to be anything monumental in your life. I just want to help. And I just want to say, no, not every twin flame journey is going to end up in union. I'm sorry, and I know that's a little bit crushing for some people. But the sooner you accept that truth, the burden can come off your back. The burden of having to be enough, and the burden of having to do so much work, and the burden of having to do A, B, C, and D to achieve something. Once you let go that there is no ultimate goal set in mind with your twin, the monkey's off your back. And you could just be and enjoy what this twin flame journey is trying to show you. That being said, I do believe the twin flame journey is full of magic. I believe it's healing. I believe it can heal sicknesses. I believe that it shows you how to heal sickness in yourself. And I do believe that for some people, it puts you on a path to experiment with your magic skills. So for some of you guys to start dabbling in actual magic. Magic to help your life and help the lives of others. And to be a healer or a seer or a reader or something very wonderful and spiritual. And a lot of their purpose was to bring you there, to do that, and to share. And there's also this law of assumption. And this twin flame journey is beautiful because now it has brought you to this place where I think, and I see in your cards, that you, my twin friends, are learning to conjure wonderful things in your life. Is it manipulation? Yes. Can manipulation be used for good? Yes. Can manipulation be used for evil? Yep, we know this. That is the duality. Magic, true magic, is both dark and light. There's no one that can ever be a powerful witch without knowing that the power of the universe is in both light and dark, and all the elements. Not one is greater than the other, and we need both of them, and we need all of it. So with the law of attraction and the law of assumption, it's very much like magic. But a lot of you guys are on that journey to this place where you can actually manipulate communication. You can conjure up communication where there is none. You can create a reconciliation or a reunion where you never saw it coming. Can you make someone want you very much? Yes. Yes, you can. Can you make someone miss you? Yes. Can you make them call you? Yes. These are all forms of magic and manipulation. Some are good, some are a little bit more negative. We're not talking anything dark here, okay? But with the law of assumption, that does include some magic and manipulation, because it's you going against what you see physically and saying that is not so. You're calling forth another image. You're making your desire the reality, which is a form of manipulation, not acceptance. Yeah. So when you find yourself using the law of assumption, be aware that you are using magic, because your words are your wand and your heart's desires are the little pixie dust magic sprinkles sprinkled all over it. And your vision and beliefs and what you say is very much extra ingredients to add to the mixture of this magic that you are conjuring. with your person. So yes, you're learning on the twin flame journey. Many of you are learning the law of assumption and all the magic that is involved with it. So I did want to touch on that. I don't know if that answers a lot of questions, but I try to answer as many as I can. Some of the signs that I have seen on the twin flame journey that apply to almost everyone is literally an example of an electric spark felt between the two of you. And that was either felt by physical touch or eye contact. But there is something that feels very electric. And it does send some kind of an electric, magnetic kind of shock to your heart. And so there is this acknowledgement in the heart of coming in very close vicinity to a twin flame, which I do believe is a part of your soul. It is a mirroring of your soul, a doppelganger, if you will, or a twin, as we say, a twin flame. So this is definitely a part of you in another dimensional form. You're in your own little dimension, right? You're your own person. But then you meet this kind of Spider-Verse, right? You meet this twin flame who's very much you in different form. And there's that spark. And so you just feel like you instantly belong very much to that person because you're akin to yourself. And so there's this instant harmonious, I feel very at home in this person's presence. And maybe you've only met them for 5 minutes. Maybe you've met them for days and hours or weeks, but you feel like you've known them for lifetimes because you have, all right? So it's a very deep, instant connection, and that is a telltale sign, definitely you've met a twin flame. Now, I will say in contrast, there is a very similar spark with a soulmate. You will feel this electric, oh my gosh, with a soulmate. And you'll feel like you may have known them before, but it's a little bit different. And the best way I can describe it is when you meet a soulmate and you do feel the spark, there's a mysterious, I don't know who you are, but I want to know you. There's something strange or different about you. And there's this strange magnetic attraction. So with the soulmate, it's just this very magnetic pull, and it's very mysterious. But there is this beautiful spark. With a soulmate, you definitely feel it because it's destiny kind of pushing you guys together, which is in form gravity for the both of you. And you'll keep finding each other no matter what, because destiny will bring the soulmates together. With twin flames, it is divinely guided as well, but it's weird. It's a little bit more divinely timed. It's not just random. It doesn't feel random. It feels like it's at a precise moment in your life. It's like the precise moment when you decided to divorce, or the precise moment that you decided you were at peace, or the precise moment you felt whole in yourself. There's always this signature piece with the twin that is, when I met them, it was in a defining moment of my life. And usually with the twin flame, it's when you felt very solid. Solid in your grief, or solid in your happiness, or solid in your career, or just solid. And you just kind of felt like this is it. This is life. It's a very defining moment. And so when that twin meets you, it's right at that pinnacle. And I do think the universe times it that way because it's almost like a holographic, magical, sudden, intergalactic, worldly, dimensional swap of what life used to be to what it is now with the twin. In that moment, it's like the moment you've decided life changes and the twin's right in front of you in that moment. And so there's a very defining moment with a twin. And they do come into a time of your life where you need them the most, where you need that friend, or you need that hope, or you need that guidance, or you need that, whatever that is, that little thing to get you to this next level of enlightenment. Enlightenment doesn't mean you're some magical guru. Enlightenment doesn't mean you have it all figured out. Enlightenment simply means you're no longer in the dark. You're aware that there's more to this world and this life, and you are now stepping into a doorway. 1111, twin flame sign. 1111 is the twin flame signature because it is a doorway. It is absolutely a doorway, and it is when you step in to the spiritual realm. So your enlightenment is you're no longer living in the dark. The light bulb is on. You have night goggles, if you will, binoculars, whatever. You got them on, and you can see things you've never seen. So enlightenment is a different perspective, and it is when the tower falls and your belief systems kind of crumble, and now you are on a whole new path. And it is where you're open. You're open to magic, to crystals, to telepathy, to the spiritual realm, to deep divinity. You're just open. You're open to different types of knowledge. You're open to the esoteric, the hidden world. You've stepped into the dark realm of magic, of the occult. You've stepped into a world where you see the Bible's not all it's cracked up to be. The lore and the fairy tales are not all it's cracked up to be. Love is not all it's made out to be. You see, when you step through those doors, it's like, light bulb, whoa. And there's a whole new level of clarity. And really, that's the enlightenment. And that's the path you're on. And a lot of you guys would have only found it because of that twin flame. So there is so many different journeys and experiences, relationships and flavors and styles of the twin flames. But I just want to be clear today that no, not everybody has one. Okay? And it doesn't mean that if someone has a soulmate, that's less than. That's not as spiritual, it's not as powerful, it's not as blah, blah, blah. Not true. Not true. Soulmates have profound meaning in people's lives. Soulmates step in to help you complete karma and fulfill a destiny. Twin flames is cutting a new trail and going down a different path. You see, soulmates stay on the trodden trail. It's a beautiful trail, and it's scenic. It's a scenic, beautiful trail. Soulmates. When twin flames walk the soulmate trail, there's a crackling in the woods next to them, a sound, a calling, a flash in the darkness. You're not sure if it's a fairy. You're not sure if it's a bear. You're not sure if it's a ghost. You're not sure what it is. It could be a child. You don't know. But it's something alluring. And you get off of your trodden path trail and you go off to blaze a new trail. And there will be snapping of twigs and branches. There will be falls or tumbles. We don't always know where we're going. There will be guidance, but a lot of it is independent and it's difficult. It's beautiful as well, but it's also very frightening. But you are in search of what's out there. And you may pair up with that twin that's in the woods following the same. Or maybe they just signaled you to get on that path so you can do your own. So like I said, everyone has their own little journey, but just to kind of give you a visualization from what I know to be true, okay? I hope that gives you a visual. Soulmates, trodden path, twin flames, very different off the trail. Nor better, no worse, just different. And to be honest, maybe a little bit harder. It's not making it better, it's just saying, a trail that hasn't been trodden is a little harder. There's going to be definitely some more issues there than there would be on a clear trail. But that's kind of the point. That's what leads you to that spiritual place. All right. Let's see what's been in your shadow. We have uncomfortable. In your shadow, you've been uncomfortable in your own skin. There's just something about you that you're not happy about. Could be your hair, could be your body, could be your job, could be relationship, could be a multitude of things, okay? But you're just not comfortable. You're not comfortable with where you're at, maybe financially, okay? But that's the darkness that you've kind of been in. It's just, I'm not comfortable with things. You're also going through a lot of pain and suffering and maybe even some grief. But you've been through a lot. And you're very hurt and you're very uncomfortable on this twin flame journey, on this path, in your life, everything. And this is a part of you that not everybody gets to see. The broken you, the uncomfortable you, the scared you. The pain and suffering you. It's the truth though. Some of the people that have it all together, supposedly, God, they really don't. They're really good at hiding it, wearing a mask. Some people carry their grief and their pain very well. But underneath it all, they're just very hurt and uncomfortable. And they have to go home and fall just to have peace and a break from being fake and wearing a mask all the time. That they're strong, that they're okay, that this is okay, that what you did to me was okay. What I went through with you is okay. Where we're at right now is all right. Sometimes it takes all of you to wear that mask when really you just want to fall apart and rest because it's so exhausting wearing that mask. Let's see what's going on in your person's shadow. Please show me this person. Please show me this person. Please show me this person. We have a warning. This person's giving you signs, breadcrumbs, signals. Wow, and this is almost the same image. Pitiful. They're both in a tunnel with very little light. Interesting. So in your person's shadow, and we have the surrender ship where he's got his hands behind his head. It's almost like the police are warning him, get down, put your hands on your head. Get on the ground. You know, the police warn you before they shoot. They warn you before they lock you up. Your person may be going through, to be honest, some police trouble. They could be dealing with something not very good, or maybe they had dealt with it in the shadow that maybe you don't know about. Some kind of legal wrongdoings. Your person could be involved in some kind of illegal wrongdoings. Maybe some kind of a crime. Could very well be. I do kind of get that feeling there. There's some crime going on. Your person may be involved in some crime in the shadow. And that's pretty outright. But on another frame of thought, it could also be that your person is going to surrender to the twin flame journey. And they've shown you signs that they're on their way or they're almost here, but you haven't seen everything. There's just been signs. They are definitely getting ready to do some kind of surrender. And I also get the feeling that they have surrendered to somebody else. And it was just very pitiful that they actually surrendered to them. Could be an ex, could be a karmic, could be a boss, could be you name it, you know? But they very well surrendered pitifully to the control of someone that you may very well have warned them about. Because we have warnings. So I do feel like you warned them that this person was twisted, evil, dark, not right for them, bad intent, untrustworthy, just not good for them. Okay, so you gave them a warning that something wasn't good for them. But they went for it anyways. They went into this cold, dark place against your warnings. And now they've gotten caught in the trap. And they know now that you were right. And bottom of the deck, by the way, is disillusioned. Okay, so, and their darkness, yeah. They got caught up in something that you warned them about. Best friend. You tried to warn them. All right, so let's see what the soul truth is between you guys. Holy Spirit, guide and direct me with these cards to a true, beautiful message of truth and love and light for my viewer. What is the soul truth? What is the soul truth right now for these twins? Am I focused on what I am losing or gaining? That makes a lot of sense though, because Four of Pentacles, and that's fear, and that's, you know, I'm scared. I don't want to lose my position. I don't want to lose what I have. I'm nervous. I'm working very hard. I don't want to move. I don't want to budge, you know. If I budge, it all could just fall apart. And it's keeping account, right? Keeping an account. And so for you guys' soul, it's like, what am I doing? Well, I'm focused on what I'm going to lose or what I'm going to gain. It says, are you guys going through some changes? Are you or both of you scared to let go of something or someone because of what you might lose if you do? And that makes sense because I feel like your person is scared that if they let go of the situation, what might they lose? Okay, and I see a comment. How do you house arrest an unhoused person? Yeah, you can't. That wouldn't make sense. You can't house arrest someone that doesn't have a house. Next, it says, what if you shifted your focus from what you might lose to what you might gain? Endings can actually mean a new beginning, and a loss might actually be a gift. So I do get the feeling that your person is scared to lose something, okay? And I also get the same feeling for you. You're scared to lose your house, or you're scared to lose your job, or you're scared to lose your identity in something, or you're scared to lose your attachment to this journey, whatever. It's like, what am I going to lose, you know? Spirit's like, don't be afraid of what you're losing, okay? Let's focus on what can be gained. We're making room for something else. So today, make a list of all the things you will gain from the changes you're going through. Feel your heart, take a breath, and deepen into your trust, because amazing things are coming. I like that. All right, and now we're going to see what oracle you get for love. These are the whispers of love. Let's see what comes out for you and your twin. Spirit, guide and direct me for the viewer. Show me what comes out for the twins. Okay. All right. Bottom of the deck. Twin flames, be supportive of one another. Make a genuine effort to show your twin flame you care. And I had a vision with that. It's like being really mad at your twin flame. Like you are irritated, right? 5 of Swords. You don't want to answer the phone. You don't want to see them. You're mad, right? And then let's say you cross paths at the grocery store. Or maybe you're driving your car and all of a sudden they're right next to you. And you look over and you wave and they wave at you. And you guys exchange this cute little smiles. And all of a sudden your hearts are going pity-pat, pity-pat. And you're just like, I thought I was going to be mad, but then I had to see them, and now their face, their smile, their eyes, I'm not mad anymore, you know? Always choose love, okay? But make a genuine effort to show your twin flame that you do care about them, because the truth of the matter is, at the end of the day, regardless of everything, you do care about them. And it's okay to care about them, even in the chaos. You have to stop convincing yourself, like the world, that it's not okay to love someone because it's not going your way. Well, it's not going my way. They're not fitting my ideals, so I no longer have feelings or emotions towards them. That is ridiculous. It's not true. It's a lie. You still love them, even though things are not going as planned. And love is not controlling, and love does not contain someone. And love is not judging anything. It just has feelings of love. And it's not looking to put anything with a label or in a specific category. It's just expressing itself as love. So be supportive of your twin flame, no matter the path. And just try to make a genuine effort to do this. The next card that came out for you is Turn on Your Heart Light. Allow yourself in this moment to reflect on a time when you experienced love with your twin flame. I think it's okay to go down a memory lane and remember the good times. Turn on that heart light. It's okay to not be stuck in your pain, in your grief, in your 5 of Swords. Get out of that very painful energy and step into love. Love is very healing, and I think it's going to start making those tears turn into smiles. And I think it's going to start making some of that heartache turn into joy and creativity. So turn on your love light. And the last card, just a simple message of love from your person, okay? Just simple. From their highest self, which is the divine part of who they are. What is the message from your twin flame? Oh, okay. And somehow we got this bonus. Where did this come from? Oh no, it was always there. Okay, so the one we got is this. I don't know what it says on the back, but that's a beautiful picture. Oh, and it says passion. A magnetic, seductive quality surrounds you at present, so just enjoy it. So your twin flame is going to be sending you passionate, magnetic, seductive vibes. All right, that's from them, straight from the twin. So if you're going to be feeling some passion, it's coming from your honey bunny. That's who it's coming from. Bottom of the deck, reflection. Give each other some space today, tomorrow, and at the moment. Trust in this Four Swords moment and have faith that everything will work out for the best. And that's just the peace, and that's just the truth. And they are going to talk to you soon, by the way, but you know, that's just the truth with this card. In your reality, just rest. Rest, reflect, give each other space, peace, and quiet, and have faith that everything is going to work out for the best. Well, twin flames, that is it. I'm done with the reading. Before I go, I have to answer. I know Doja Cell, you were looking really forward to my reading for the 22 Celtic Crosses and the 100 Club. I just want to mention to you, Doja, and anyone else that wanted to know about the videos. Nobody ordered one extra besides the subscribers. So I know you guys are patient enough to wait. Number 2, I was highly overstimulated today and yesterday, but somehow it drug out from yesterday to today, and I just let myself get completely overwhelmed with everything. My daughter got a car today. We were working on it yesterday with the insurance. That was stressful. The kittens all have ringworm. I have ringworm too now. My son had a very major rash yesterday around the mouth. I wasn't sure it was ringworm or not. We were dealing with that. Then my kids all came down with major runny nose and coughing, sneezing. I have a sore throat of sorts. Family dramas were going on. Huge arguments. All the pets, you know, the house, the daily needs, the work. Money was extremely short this month, and you mix all that up with like my own personal stuff, which is like my period, my backaches, oh my gosh, I've been having insomnia. I've had sleepless nights. And sleep has been really hard to have lately. Not eating right, not drinking enough water, running around town back and forth in vehicles, the traffic, the noise, the ambulance, the seasons changing, the leaves flying everywhere, knowing I've got tons of yard work, like so much. So much. And the business and getting all you guys taken care of. I don't know if you've ever had ringworm, but you have to like disinfect everything and wash clothes 24/7 and suit up and dunk and like all this stuff. It's just a lot of sensory. And my body just told me yesterday and today, like last night and today, I was like, oh my God. Oh my God, I am so overloaded. And I was like, I just need to rest. So last night I just rested and kind of watched a little TV and found some peace and passed out. Took a bath. And then today, you know, I got overwhelmed again pretty quickly. And by 3 o'clock, I was just like, oh my God, overwhelmed again. And anyways, I cooked dinner. It was a crappy dinner, so I was stimulated again. I was like, oh, great, crappy dinner. But you know what? It's food. I'm just done. Didn't even clean up after dinner, you know, and I just, ate my dinner, rested for a little bit, took care of some Bill stuff, you know, and then I was like, I'm going to come live with you guys. You know, tried to prepare myself. I meditated, stayed in my room in the dark and just kind of cleared, saged, kind of cleared my energy so I could come on with you guys. So that was like my night tonight. So I just kind of want to keep you updated. Like, that's what happened yesterday and today. And I've got dry mouth, I've got fatigue, I've got overstimulation. I've been having some breathing issues just with the stress. So for me to tap into everyone's energy, I knew was going to be very draining, more than just a collective reading, because whenever I do personals, it takes a toll on me. Like, it really does. There is an energy exchange when you do spiritual work. And I don't recommend that just anybody in the world do tarot cards and astrology readings. Your spirit has to be equipped to handle the karma and to really handle the draining of tapping into energy period. And so when I do the work that I do, believe me, it's not just on and off like a light switch that I could just, maybe I make it look easy, but it's not. It's very draining. Okay? And the spirit and the energy and the soul just sucked out sometimes. And you really have to recoup, and sometimes it takes a few days at least. So anyways, that's kind of what's going on. So I will get to it as soon as I can. I've already got the list. I wrote down all my names. And just so you know, the names that I have for the readings is Tamika, Sun Val, Mex, Doja, Sherry. Okay. Now there's some special mentions that made some orders recently that I'm going to go ahead and throw in there just because I feel like it. And that would be Christina for ordering the cards, and then Linda for ordering the urgent reading and being patient, and Rosanna for ordering the cards and being patient. So those are special mentions that I will be doing for readings tomorrow. Okay? So I already have the list down. If I had the energy tonight, I would do it, but I don't. And those are all the names of the people that I wrote down based on payment history right now for the month and what's going on. If I've missed anyone, let me know, but I did check the accounts. Although some people, I do understand, pay maybe on the 28th of the month late or something, and they weren't mentioned. If that's the case, I will check. But I love you guys, and I wanted to give you special mention for all of that. So thank you so much, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully I'll have the energy to go ahead and do those readings tomorrow. If not, like I said, I'll do it as soon as I can. I love you guys, and I will be back tomorrow no matter what anyways. So thank you for watching me. Please like the video, I hope. Please subscribe, and if you don't like it, that's okay. Just thumbs down. Let me know how you feel. Like or dislike, it's okay. I love you just whatever way you are. And remember, like I always tell you guys, this is a big journey. So don't worry about where you're headed, okay? It's all about the journey, not the destination. So you just keep swimming, okay? Thank you for watching JKS 1111, and I look forward to seeing you guys again. Have a blessed and beautiful night, and I love you and appreciate you for being here today. Thank you. All right, bye, guys.